Thank you for standing by, and welcome to the Lakeside Holding Limited Fiscal 2025 Third Quarter and 9-Month Earnings Conference Call. Please note that today's call is being recorded. I will now turn the meeting over to Matthew Abenante, Investor Relations for Lakeside Holding Limited.
Thank you, and thanks to everyone joining us today for Lakeside Holding Limited's earnings conference call to discuss our financial results for the third quarter and 9 months of fiscal year 2025. Please note that our earnings press release was issued last week, and our quarterly report on Form 10-Q was filed with the Securities and Exchange Commission. Both documents are available in the Investor Relations section of our website at lakeside-holding.com. Joining me on the call today is Henry Liu, Chief Executive Officer of Lakeside Holding Limited. Before we begin, I would like to review the Safe Harbor Statement. Please be aware that today's discussion will contain forward-looking statements that reflect our current expectations and views of future events. These statements are subject to known and unknown risks, uncertainties, and other factors that may cause our actual results, performance, or achievements to be materially different from those expressed or implied by the forward-looking statements. You can identify some of these forward-looking statements by words or phrases such as may, will, expect, anticipate, aim, estimate, intend, plan, believe, is, are likely to, potential, continue, or other similar expressions. We have based these forward-looking statements largely on our current expectations and projections about future events and financial trends that we believe may affect our financial condition, results of operations, business strategy, and financial needs. These forward-looking statements involve various risks and uncertainties. For a detailed discussion of these risks and uncertainties, please refer to our filings with the SEC, including our annual report on Form 10-K and our quarterly reports on Form 10-Q. Except as required by law, we undertake no obligation to update or revise publicly any forward-looking statements, whether as a result of new information, future events, or otherwise, after the date on which the statements are made or to reflect the occurrence of unanticipated events. We qualify all of our forward-looking statements by these cautionary statements. And with that, I would like to hand the call over to Henry Liu, Chief Executive Officer of Lakeside. Henry, please go ahead.
Good afternoon, Matt, and thank you, everyone, for joining us today. We appreciate you taking the time to participate in our fiscal 2025 third quarter and 9 months earnings conference call. This period has been a dynamic one for Lakeside, marked by challenges in our established markets and existing progress in our new strategic ventures. We are navigating a shifting global landscape with a clear focus on long-term growth and shareholder value, and I'm pleased to share our progress and outlook with you, our valued shareholders. Reflecting on the first 9 months of fiscal 2025, we reported total revenues of $11.48 million for the 9 months ended March 31st, 2025, while this represents a decrease from the $13.53 million record in the same period of last year. It's important to contextualize these figures. Our traditional cross-border freight solutions operated through American Bear Logistics saw revenue of $10.76 million for the 9 months, compared to the $13.53 million in the prior year. This decline is primarily attributable to the normalization of global shipping demands and the persistent pricing pressures with the freight sector. Attend observed across the industry. For the third quarter specifically, total revenues were $3.80 million compared to the $4.46 million in the third quarter of fiscal 2024, with our cross-border freight solutions contributing $3.31 million. Despite these headwinds in the freight segment, we are particularly encouraged by the initial performance and strategic importance of our recent expansion into the pharmaceutical distribution sector. Following our acquisition of Hupan Pharmaceutical Hubei company in November 2024, this new segment has already begun to contribute our top line, generating $715,362 in revenue for the 9 months ended March 31st, 2025, and $497,276 in the third quarter alone. This is a testament to the significant growth opportunities we see in Chinese pharmaceutical market. We are actively working to integrate Hupan Pharmaceutical into our broader operations, aiming to unlock synergies and expand our service offerings. Our gross profit for 9 months stood at $1.20 million, and for the third quarter, it was $0.72 million. The decrease from pre-year periods reflects the ephemeral pressure in freight market. Operating expense for the 9 months total $5.60 million, and for the third quarter, $1.80 million. These figures include investment related to our expansion, such as selling expense of $158,117 for 9 months period like $103 and $629 for the third quarter, which were not present in the pre-year, as well as increase the general and administrative expense associated with our growth initiatives and the public company operations. Consequently, we record a loss from operation of $4.40 million from the 9 months and $1.10 million for the third quarter. Our net loss attributable to the company for the 9 months was $4.35 million, or 0.58 per share, and for the third quarter it was $1.07 million, or 0.14 per share. While these results reflect the current market conditions and our ongoing investments, we are taking proactive steps to manage costs, optimize our existing operations, and drive towards profitability. The successful completion of our initial public offering on July 1st, 2024, which raised the gross proceeds of approximately $6.75 million, has provided us with the necessary capital to fulfill our strategy initiatives. Furthermore, the convertible debt financing agreement for up to $4.5 million announced in March 2025 will provide additional working capital to support the growth of our pharmaceutical distribution business and for general corporate purpose, further strengthening our financial flexibility. Looking at a broader macroeconomic environment, we are closely monitoring developments in international trade relations, particularly the ongoing tariff discussions between the United States and China. Recent signals suggest a potential easing of tensions, with a tariff choice offering a degree of cautious optimism for the global markets. While the situation remains fluid and the current agreement is more of a pause than a comprehensive resolution. Any de-execution is a positive sign for global trade flows. As a company with significant focus on the Asian Pacific market, particularly the US-China trade line, we view this development with hopefully a typification. A more stable and predictable trade environment would undoubtedly benefit our cross-border logistics operations and create a more favorable backdrop for our expansion efforts in China. We remain agile and prepared to adapt our strategies as the situation evolves, always with the goal of mitigating risk and capitalizing our emerging opportunities. Our strategic objectives for the remainder of fiscal 2025 and beyond are clear. First, we are committed to aggressively expanding our footprint in China pharmaceutical distribution market. This involves integrating Hupan Pharmaceutical seamlessly, actively pursuing new distribution agreements, and broadening our product portfolio. We are already progressing in discussion with major pharmaceutical procedures, such as Hupan Pharmaceutical, and are excited about the potential in this high-growth sector. Second, we will continue to optimize our cross-border logistics service. While the market is challenging, American Bear Logistics has a strong reputation and a resilient customer base. We will focus on providing high-volume, customized solutions and adapting the evolving needs of our clients in Asian Pacific to US trade line. Third, we will diligently manage our capital and resources, ensuring that our investments are directed towards initiatives that promise the highest return and contribute to suitable long-term shareholder value. In condition, while the past 9 months have presented a complex operating environment, we are confident in our strategic direction. Diversifying into the pharmaceutical sector, coupled with our established expertise in cross-border logistics and our strengthened financial position post-IPO, positions Lakeside for a promising future. We are building a more resilient and diversified business, poised to capitalize on growth opportunities in key markets. We remain optimistic about navigating the current challenges and delivering value to our shareholders. I want to thank our dedicated team for their hard work and commitment during this transformative period. I also want to thank our shareholders for your continued support and confidence in Lakeside. With that, I will now turn the call over to the operator to begin the question and answer session.
Thank you, Henry. We will now move to the question and answer portion of the call. Thank you to everyone who have submitted questions. Can you elaborate on the early synergies you're seeing from Hupan Pharmaceutical and how you envision this segment driving Lakeside's growth in the rapidly expanding Chinese healthcare market, especially given your efforts with companies like Hupan Pharmaceutical?
Thank you for that question. We are indeed very pleased with the initial contribution from Hupan Pharmaceutical. Strategically, this acquisition is a cornerstone of our diversification and growth strategy. The early synergies are manifesting in a few key areas. First, we are leveraging our existing logistics expertise to optimize Hupan's supply chain and the distribution network with China, which is a complex but highly rewarding market. Second, our established relationships and understanding of the Asian Pacific region are proving beneficial as we navigate the regulatory landscape and build partnerships. Our discussions with major players like Hupan Pharmaceutical are progressing, and these are aimed at securing significant distribution agreements that will allow us to tap into the substantial demand for high-quality pharmaceutical products. The Chinese healthcare market is on a significant growth trajectory driven by an aging population, increasing health awareness, and government investment in healthcare infrastructure. We believe Hupan Pharmaceutical, supported by Lakeside's broader capabilities and financial strength, is exceptionally well positioned to capture the meaningful share of this growth, becoming a significant driver to revenue and profitability for Lakeside in coming years. We see this as a long-term value creator for our shareholders.
Regarding the cross-border freight business, while the market has seen some headwinds, American Bear Logistics has a long-standing presence. Can you speak to the specific strategies Lakeside is employing to maintain competitiveness and serve your customers effectively in the Asia Pacific to U.S. trade lane during this period of market adjustment?
That's a very relevant question. The cross-border freight market has certainly seen a shift from extraordinary conditions of the past few years. However, American Bear Logistics has a deep understanding of Asian Pacific to U.S. trade line built over many years. Our strategy to maintain competitiveness focus on a few core pillars. First, we are emphasizing customized, high-volume logistics solutions rather than competing solely on price for the commoditized freight. Our expertise in handling complex shipments and providing end-to-end service is a key differentiator. Second, we are leveraging technology to enhance efficiency, improve visibility for our customers, and optimize our operations. This includes investment in our digital platforms and data analyst capabilities. Third, we are maintaining strong relationship with our carrier partners and customers, allowing us to adapt quickly to change needs and secure capacity. While the overall market has softened, there are still specific niches and customer segments that require the specialized service we offer. Our focus is serving these segments is exceptionally well, managing our cost diligently, and ensuring that American Bear's logistics remain a reliable and profitable contributor to Lakeside, even as we grow our pharmaceutical businesses.
And our last question, can you share your long-term vision for the company and how the new pharmaceutical venture is expected to create sustained shareholder value over the next few years?
Our long-term vision for Lakeside is build a diversified and resilient global supply chain solutions provider with a strong presence in high-growth markets, particularly in Asian Pacific region. The integration of our established cross-border logistics expertise with our new rapidly expanding pharmaceutical distribution businesses in China is central to this vision. We see these two segments as complementary. The logistics business provides stable cash flow, deep market knowledge, and operational excellence, while the pharmaceutical business offers significant growth potential in non-cyclical industry. Over the next few years, we aim to achieve several key milestones. Firstly, to significantly scale our pharmaceutical distribution operations in China, becoming a recognized player in that market. Secondly, to continue optimizing our logistic business, focusing on profitability and high-value services. Thirdly, to explore further strategic opportunities, whether organic or inorganic, and align with our core competencies and market focus. We believe this multi-pronged approach will lead to more consistent revenue growth, improved profitability, with a stronger, more diversified business model. Our commitment is to translate this operational success into sustained long-term value for our shareholders by growing our earnings, strengthening our market position, and maintaining transparent communication about our progress.
Thank you, Henry, and thank you everyone for participating on today's call. We look forward to providing additional updates in the near future. In the meantime, we can be reached at 347-947-2093, or you can email me at matthew@strategic-ir.com. Thank you, everyone.
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes our conference for today. Thank you for your participation. You may now disconnect.